Hello, 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 my dear beautiful viewers. And this evening I want to talk to you about different ways of channeling information and about different types of readers and how to choose your type of a reader. Okay, if you're in a state of mind when you're not responsible for events in your life, when you tend to blame someone or something in things which are happening in your life, sort of, yeah, I broke my nail, but well, it's everything like he or she predicted, then you should choose this type of reader represented by magician card. And same energies, we have in the matrix, but a little bit different interpretation there. So magician reader, this sort of reader, very confident and in whatever he or she says. It's either black or white, there is no maybes here. And this sort of reader, you will recognize. How you recognize? Usually they offer you at their channels, at their websites, they offer you a lot of spell work. And that's spell work like calling abundance, calling in your soulmate, all the different types of manifestations. If they sell in the audios with manifestations, any spell work. I am not talking now about love spells and dark magic, not yet. This sometimes could engage into this, but usually not. These readers who loves to provide for the audience a lot of different manifestations, talking about manifestations a lot, doing manifestations a lot, and they used to force their own vision into their clients, on their clients. So when you go and apply for reading there, you can be 100% sure that this reading about you. Majority of cases, this readers represented by magician, they sort of using you client just to get an particular sort of emotion from you. And that's good if they given you good predictions, means that you will get married, everything gonna be fine, and you're gonna be abundant, prosperous, and this everything. That means that reader himself, this type of reader himself, he or she vibrating in high vibrations, in positive energies, and then good, because whatever he or she says, she sort of, or he manifesting his own reading into your life, but it's not necessarily your future with this sort of reader, because this type of magical gift in psychic chart, let's say, for what? For manifestation work with people, for spell work, for writing spells, for writing affirmations, manifestation, and manifesting future you want. And it's not about you. These readers, they are very good in manifestations. They are sharing a lot of stuff on manifestations at the channels, and you can easily spot them and recognize. So keep this in mind when you go in and ordering reading at this sort of reader. It might be even not your future, okay, but it might be something, really something they see from cards, okay, which they try and kind of force on you. Often happen, okay, that just they forcing their own, they kind of channel and very in this chaotic manner, okay, this people, and they might channel somebody else, but sort of force on you. So if you sure that this person vibrating in a good vibrations and not gonna say you sort of you're gonna die or you're gonna bankrupt in a year, then you can definitely go and apply for reading at this reader, at this type of person, because whatever he or she manifests for you, whatever good he or she manifests for you, it's gonna become true. Okay, that's gonna become true, because they major is spell work and sort of manifesting future they want to see with spell work. It's not about being clairvoyant, it's more like, you know, forcing manifesting future. They doing this for themselves a lot because they have this gift. It was given to them, and that's why with some people, you know, with some people manifestations working really well, and other people thinking that's crap, not working. Yeah, because you don't have these energies in your matrix to make manifestations work. You simply don't have them, and knowing this, you won't be wasting your time on something not useful. Okay, so this sort of readers, they mostly with spell work, into writing spells, into writing different manifestations, and as secondary, let's say, they might make readings, might do tarot cards and this everything, but they have very you know, very narrow vision, and in most cases these people learn by book, how to read by book. The fundamentals, let's say, is by book. So you know how to spot, you know, how to detect in good energies they are or in bad energies they are themselves, because if they are in good energies, and 90% that they will tell you something good, which might become true. It depends on how much energy they gonna put in this reading, and this you can sort of identify. If you ordered $100 reading, of course they gonna put more energy in manifesting something good they have seen for you. Okay, and sooner you will get this good, or in a better shape you will get this good. It's like winning not $10 in lottery but $1,000. Okay, and if it's very cheap reading, so don't wait very bright effect on it, but definitely something good they gonna help you to manifest. And the same in terms of really bad events. If you go to such a readers and they describe a situation for you which is really like sounds like you been in a deep ass, and you know, like you can count it as a curse, and the more expensive reading in this case, you know, the worse this curse gonna be, because this how they work. That's their nature to work with your energies. They can change it. It's like you're not able to jump higher than your head. Okay, you can do this. Okay, so that's their energy. They can do nothing, but in spell work they are brilliant. Okay, in spell work they write in really nice affirmations, manifestations, and everything. They're writing, they're sharing, they're charging with their energy. And if you have a bit of similar energies in your matrix, it might work for you. Okay, but even if you don't have, whatever they tell you, it will be affecting you in one way or another. I already described. So let's go to next story and next reader. This one, High Priestess energy reader. This reader, you sort of, when you go to this reader, you will get a lot of different interesting information, which might not be even related to your reading. which might be related to some higher dimensions and existences and angels, and they love to mention angels, Metatron, Tron, this angels and archangels and so on. They love to make a lot of fuss about these things, but usually whatever they gonna tell you, it's gonna be beautiful fairy tale. They channeled somewhere in a higher dimension, and after this you had gonna be full of knowledge, but you actually, it's sort of, you know, feeling when you went for reading, you applied for reading, you get an answer, but you still sort of like, you didn't get it. You don't know what to do with this answer, how you can apply it in your life, what you should do. You know, it's like telling you something that's very sort of soothing. They never gonna tell you truth bluntly. They won't tell you that, okay, high chances now that if you keep going you end up being divorced. No, they will never. They will say something like, I see some dark energies and maybe some mental, but if you use light and higher frequencies, but this sadness gonna end. And this sort of crap, it's very, you know, like shady sort of reading. You get a lot of information, a lot of words, but actually very few of these words you can relate to your case of reading. But this sort of readers, they are very brilliant in describing fairy tales, in describing very good positive outcomes, very soothing. If you open the reading one another, it almost sounds like same. It's all calming, soothing, healing, very positive. You're gonna marry prince, you're gonna marry Prince Charming, you're gonna marry celebrity, you're gonna marry very rich, you're gonna marry millionaire, you're gonna marry very smart, very handsome, a very generous man. This is all the same. And you open in pile 3, it's same. You open in pile 5, it's freaking same. This man is generous, this man is nice, this man is, it's all freaking same. And again, in minus, it's when they vibrate in minuses of their frequencies, let's say, then it's very delusional information you're gonna get from them. When they vibrate in plus, well, you might connect with them in a really good way, like to psychologists. They often, how you can spot them, sometimes they tend to portray themselves as psychologists and having this psychological background, okay, and it's very nice to discuss with them. They gonna sort of, you know, take away your pain in a way. If you have really troubling situation, listening to the reading, you're gonna sort of feel much calmer, and but it won't make you to move your ass and do something about your life. No, but it's gonna sort of take away pain, and that's their main talent, to take away your pain. It's in plus. When they vibrate in plus with their reading, they're able to take away your pain in a very soothing manner. It's not this blunt manner of manifestation, something positive, forcing on you something positive. No, but they sort of changing your vibrations as well from minus to plus by this very soothing, calming reading, which not very positive and not very negative, and somewhere in the middle, but it described everything in such a soothing, very nice way. It's really calming, it's really healing, it's really interesting, and they have this gift. And if you experiencing really difficult, you know, like stressful times in your life, when you in depression after breakup, your heart broken, you're still wondering, well, if he come back, you gonna go and ask for reading at this sort of reader, and part of your pain will be taken away, so in future you will be able to face the truth, okay, that he is not gonna come back, for example. But this reader never say you this, that he's not gonna come back. No, she will say something, you know, we all connected in 5D. In 5D, he's still with you on soul level, and really different shit. They love to operate this and pour this into your ears. A lot. Angels, archangels, Metatrons, this everything, all the powers in universe, and 5D, 3D, 20D, this everything, they gonna sort of pour it into your ears, but it will cause healing effect, okay? And this way you can spot this reader, and it's really nice to have this sort of readers, I'm telling you. And in most cases, they have this psychological background, they're psychologists or studied something, and they love to connect the reading activity, like represent themselves as parapsychologist or something like this. So you can spot them this way. And now we move into the next wonderful combination of readers represented by these two cards, Hermit and the Moon. Hermit and the Moon. Majority of these readers, you will be they sort of, you know, this type of readers, they providing services of casting love spells, on attracting your beloved back. You will see a lot of ads made by this sort of readers that your ex will be back in 3 days, come to me for and this gonna be on other hand, they another part of their activity, another part of their services they offering at their channels, and they offering, you know, through their social networks and this everything. And this will be making and building entire reading this way. So you will go and buy any type of spell work they offering. If you want money, they will describe you really difficult financial situation you facing in your life, and definitely you will be facing, because rarely I'm getting people who very satisfied with their finances and just coming to for a reading where I should invest in this long-term project or in this. It's sort of 1% on 100 other people who come in just to change something about their finances because they're not satisfied. So they will build the entire readings that you will be facing difficulties. But if you order my runic ritual, your abundance gonna flow, rush towards you in a matter of seconds, in a matter of minutes. It gonna chase you. And this sort entire reading will be built just to sell you. Why this happen? Very often these people not recommended to go into esoteric in this lifetime, okay? But they have magnetic pull towards magic and esoteric and everything. Why? Because in past lifetimes they were hurting people with their magic, and same way they doing now, okay? By selling these runic rituals, by selling these all the different type of spells, love spells, candle works, and this everything. And they love, you know, they love. Sometimes you can spot them, they doing some sort of voodoo, juju things, craft, selling you different amulets. They love this to sell different all sorts of bracelet, amulet, protection, because the entire reading is just to lure you to buy more, to buy something from them. Okay, and because they're not confident in their power, because it comes from a dark side, with let's say, heavy karmic debt, it coming side by side. They're not that confident in their powers, so they sort of building, opening these shops to sell you crystals, to sell you same time, to sell you all the different shit in the universe, frogs, dried frogs, oaks, I don't know, dried leaves of these herbal teas, this everything, love potions, because they're not confident about ways they channel an information, because it's blocked, so they not using it, they not allowed to use it, so they build an entire reading just in attempt just to read you psychologically, because Hermit is very analytical. He's sort of analyzing you, spotting your tuning into your fears, moon fears, tuning into your deepest, darkest fears, and trying to analyze them and build entire reading around this in order to sell you following whatsoever bracelet to keep your energies high, or bracelet gonna help you to be noticed by your beloved person, and this all different sort of things. And if you truly want answers, if you want bracelet or love potion or frog, sometimes it works, sometimes it not, okay? But why not to try, okay? If you believe in this, why not to try and figure out yourself, will it be working for you, this dried frog or this runic ritual for money or abundance. Then okay, welcome. But to get answers about future, no, these readers can spot your fears and talk a lot about your fears, because they were making, in their past lives, they were making other people fearful. That's why it's blocked. Connection to information in this lifetime blocked for them, because they should choose other way to serve people in this lifetime. But still, because of this karmic magnetic pull to esoteric, to magic, because they were deeply in this shit in their past lives, it's not that easily to get rid of this, so they keep going. And a way how they keep going in this, I already described for you. So this way you can spot this type of reader who is perfectly sensing. And when you feeling like after reading you feeling like sort of he or she tried to sell you something after this reading, sort of by bracelet, by love spell, he's not gonna, they love to end readings in a way that he's not gonna come back. But if you buy a ritual on crossing roads or something like this shit, then you might meet with him, it might change, and you might meet, and it's gonna energy gonna change by this ritual, and they forcing you like this to buy other, or buy, for example, he's not coming back, but I'm seeing new love for you, but you won't be meeting this new love because your vibrations not good. To boost your vibrations, you must buy my rose quartz bracelet, which I put a spell on it, blah 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 blah, to attract new love. So this sort of readers you can easily spot. And in their matrices, I clearly always see these two cards, let's say two energies, Hermit and the Moon, because they were dark sorcerers in their past lives, and in this lifetime they can either sell just to harming you through your fears, again making you fearful, and make you to buy because they're not confident in their readings. And sort of this sort of income is essential for them to get through selling you bracelets, amulets, all the different fried frogs, runic rituals, money bags, money purses. For I even can describe, because we have a lot of this type of readers nowadays. You can find them easily, but unfortunately they barely can read something. But they, in a very brilliant way, they can spot your fears, detect your fears, and sell you something. Okay, now about this sort of reader by Hierophant. It's in majority how you can spot them. It's shamanic type of readers. I'm not sure if you're gonna find them at YouTube even, but this usually they like working with clients in villages. You might heard from your neighbors that some old grandma or grandpa telling future just in exchange of bread and butter, or just different shamanic energies here really, when you go and he drinks something and go in trance and then tell you your future. This sort of readers you can easily spot as well, and in most of cases it's either very weak connection to divine, okay, let's say, and they using different cards to see futures, because it's not very strong bond between them and higher powers, because they're too grounded, because this old grandma might live in a house, take care of her kitchen garden and this everything. They have nice connection, even though they have nice connection to nature. They're very grounded people, and they sometimes they might work as healers sometimes, but I mean physical. If these healers more emotional healers, they never work with illnesses and so these type of readers, they might try to heal your physical diseases, okay, and they doing readings of course, but that's not very precise, very general, and and they get in through connections, they get in their clients, because this one told that one, that this one accepting, and they not sure, not confident in their powers. That's why in most of cases we skip now on shamans, because it's totally different culture. In most of cases they just taking how much you will be giving them, so sort of working for donation. We're not talking about shamans, because it's very different culture, and shamans, they using different substances to connect instead of cards again, or maybe bones, because very weak, they too grounded, too into a 3D too much. That's why they need the substances to go out and finally see something, or need some sort of cards at least to try to read something from you. And they as well, most of them who doing card readings, they're reading by the book. You're gonna see a lot of certificates from different tarot schools, which they're proud of. Now we're talking about YouTube sort of readers like this, but in other cases they definitely read by some book how to do cards, or get just from someone who got from the book, okay. And I have two more type of readers left, but I haven't enough battery for this on my mobile, but I have a lot to tell you. Anyway, this type of reader represented by devil card or by tower card, one or another. How to spot them? They lure clients on their vibrations, okay. That's usually very booby. They're gonna show you naked body, they're gonna show you boobies, they're gonna show you that's their vibe to attract their clients, because they have contract with dark spirits and they should pay them sort of tax by attracting clients who as well vibrate with them on a low vibrations, let's say. It's not very bad, you know, to be beautiful. It's not bad at all, and to dress up sometimes in a very seductive manner, but there should be either for beauty contest, either for some TV performance. But when we're talking about readers like this, I seen some readers like this at Instagram. They put in cards in front of naked boobies, naked panties, naked whatsoever. They love to demonstrate their body a lot. And they get in clients on these energies just because they need to pay this tax to dark spirits to whom they sort of connected and getting information from them. and easily to spot. If you see that reader sitting with her boobies out or there on for beauty contest, okay, for TV actors, that's okay, but when we're talking about future, about your future, about your energies, are you sure you wanna trust your experience of readers? They paint this sexual energy, this dark energy. Despite they might look really sweet like candy, really nice, and as well that's readers who smoking a lot, weed, drinking alcohol, who make propaganda their readings like these. Also readers who making all types of sexual readings for public, I mean, because you might make sexual reading to a person who who came for private reading, that's okay. But in my codex of reader, how I learned from my teachers, it's not okay to do sexual readings on public, because it's energies again with which we're working, and I don't want to connect to this in these huge amounts that people gonna come on my energies. But that's my point only, and I am sharing for your benefit as far as you subscribed here and you're part of my soul tribe. So I want you to be secured and protected by divine powers. And the last one type of reader, the most advanced one, represented by judgment card here, that's straight connection with universe, with angels, and I prefer to call it universal information field. When I don't need cards, I can get any answer easily sitting in meditation and asking my spirit guides, simply asking them, even not for science, just for asking for information to be sent and unfold. But I prefer to use cards sometimes because it's less energy consuming. If I would make this type of reading for you when I asking a question and I get an answer, I'm doing this for myself and it's very beneficial to me. But if I would do same for you, it's gonna be very expensive because I'm spending a lot of energy. I need to spend a lot of energy in meditation. I need to spend energy on going on retreat. It's all money, time, it's all, and this sort of readings then gonna be costly, let's say. For my VIP clients, I am doing this sort of readings, but for other clients, I'm just using cards because it's just easiest way, you know, to provide information and less time consuming. Okay, so this is a straight connection, and this type of readers, they have access to work with your karma, and not necessarily everything we predicting become true, because we see deeper connections here and we working with your karma. We not working just to tell you and you go and you sleep and eat on pillows and expect something to happen. If you keep going the way you're going, and if we see look into your energies and we see that your energies are pretty good, then keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna get a nice result at the end of the day. But if something bad, I'm seeing something bad, then it's sort of, I'm trying to warn you on what you might be doing wrong, which karmic connections you're not seeing, and that if you don't want this to turn out this bad, okay, that you should change your behavior patterns and balance your karma, learn how to balance your karma. So we're working with karma of the person. We have this access to karmic healing because it's last one, judgment day, when everyone gonna be answering for their own actions and deeds, okay? So we're working and helping you to balance negative karma, negative deeds, negative everything, trying to awaken you, okay, to bring you to the state of mind of spiritual awakening. And usually it works. This type of first you got a lot of information about karma, okay, uh, how to readers, what else. We working with different instruments. I know I know messages is even without runes that much, but I studying different you know, to be able to see connections, to be able to understand what suits more to my client, which sort of reading or which sort of system. So this is the last type of readers, and the advanced one, who not only doing reading as we started from A to Z, this sort of doing reading just to force on you what they see. We doing reading in a sake to, if you don't like what you see, you can always change what you see. We seeing many variants of the future we able to tap into. This very narrow-minded, this started with very narrow-minded, they only able to see one, not what if, not what if, not what if. And when we're working, we usually channel on that there are something which relates to what if. So we're trying to choose something like average between all the options, variants of the future we seen. And I'm working with most of my clients. I'm working on the karma after reading. We're working on the karma because some people simply they don't like what they get in a reading and they want to change it. So I'm giving advices on how they can balance with which actions themselves, without spell work, without magically like doing this sort of readers. They let's make a runic ritual and you gonna get